about to receive a beautiful African violet for Valentine's Day. They're a great way to brighten up your home this winter, and they bloom almost all year long. My next guest is the owner of Linden Lion Greenhouses in Dolgeville, New York. He grows over 700 varieties of African violets, and he's here to show us the wide range of colors and forms and shapes and how easy they are to grow. So welcome back, Paul Sorano, who you've been working with African violets for how many years now?
About 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
Was it a family business before you took over?
Yes, my grandfather started
Oh, he started it. Ah. And so I had one aunt who was a African violet grower, and she had the most beautiful, she had glass cases in her house that kept the humidity at the right, she had thermostats in those little greenhouses, and I was always so envious of the perfect flowers. This one looks just like an orchid. This comes from Moscow, you said?
Yeah, these are some hybrids from Moscow.
What about this one?
That's one of our chimeras. They're the striped variety.
Wow. So incredible.
There's quite a few of those.
So African violets have pretty, well, they don't, now I'm looking at them, they don't all have the same shaped leaf, because this one's variegated, this one's pointy, this one's kind of ruffled. So so we're going to learn how to, separate and propagate?
Yes.
Okay, that I would like to know. And then I'm going to steal a leaf of each of these and take them home and start them.
Okay.
Okay?
This is a problem that people have a lot at home, is they get violets, they get quite a neck on them over time. They wonder what to do. And
show what a neck is.
That's
the leaves are falling off. And
the leaves are falling off, and the neck is growing up and out.
Yeah.
So
they look prettier when they're coming straight out of the soil.
Yeah, really, this part should really be sitting down on the pot.
And if you buried that, what would happen?
Over time, well, that's what we're going to do right now.
Oh, okay.
Over time, they tend to grow up and out. So what we're going to do is we're going to push this down, and I'm going to scrape the sides. It's kind of like bark on there over time. You want to get that off. And we're going to squeeze it. It'll come right out of the pot.
Healthy plant.
And we're going to take, that neck's about a ½ inch, so we're going to take about a ½ inch.
Oh.
Right off the bottom.
Huh. Now would that grow? Would this part grow?
No, that won't do anything.
Oh, it won't.
And I'm going to take just a little bit off the side here, so when it goes back in the same pot, it goes down in now. We're actually going to take this time to prune it, shape it a little bit. We're going to take a couple leaves off. Then we're going to take some of the soil.
So is this what you're doing all the time at the greenhouse?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're just going to go all the way
around.
How
easy that is. Now, why these little green plastic pots as opposed to clay or any other thing?
Well, violets like to be in small, tight, crowded pots.
They do.
And the clay is, they're quite big. It's hard to get the small ones, and we find that
does it dry out faster?
Them, they break a lot. If you get them shipped in, you get a lot of cracking. Plastic is really just much easier to deal with.
Now, I remember my aunt had fluorescent lights over hers, or grow lights.
Those are ideal for plants.
For how many hours a day?
8 or 10 hours a day.
So they need that. Or direct sunlight or not direct?
No, indirect.
Indirect sunlight. So that's ready to go?
That's ready to go.
Oh, and that will reflower?
That'll reflower.
How nice. How easy. That's good. Now, what about the leaves? What would you do with those leaves to get them to grow? That's another way, right?
I'm going to give you one.
Okay.
Take one. And I just draw my thumbnail down about ½ inch, 3/4 inch, and just go like that, and you get a clean break.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to take one of these utensils, make a little slit, and just set it right in there so that maybe 10 or 20% of the leaf goes right down into the mix.
And that's it?
That's it.
Ah.
And I'm going to show you one more thing. This is a violet that, instead of propagating
how many of you in the audience grow African violets? Anybody? Oh, yes, there are quite a few of you. Oh. Did you know all these tricks? Anybody know these tricks? Nobody knows your tricks.
I'm going to actually sever this one totally and leave just a little bit of a nub there. We're going to take these leaves, which we can put down in that.
Okay, I'll do that too.
Mix.
Okay. Which one is this one? Is it something that I want to grow?
This one is Mirage. I'm going to scrape that again just to get some of that bark off. So I've got a smaller plant now with a little bit of a neck left on top. I'm going to make just a little opening
And that will
there,
grow?
and I'm going to set that right in there like that, push that down with a utensil so it's sitting right down in the pot.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been put in there and done the same way, but I like this technique. This is like a soda bottle that you cut in half.
Oh.
Makes
So
a
we're
little turd.
oh, how fantastic. So we're recycling. Now how much moisture goes in here?
I'd fill it up so you see the water maybe just start to go to the bottom.
Excellent.
And then that can be closed.
So these little food boxes, these little sandwich boxes or whatever,
And you can take a Sharpie marker
Mark
and
the
the
date.
name, and you can write the date and the leaf
How
variety right on
fantastic.
there.
And so these are already growing.
These are already growing. That's the beginning stage when we put the leaves down.
Look.
This is about 2 months' time,
Really?
and we've got the little babies coming up. It's still a little too early to pot them, so we're going to go to this tray here, which is about 6 months beyond.
Wow, look how
And
many.
these guys are really ready.
Oh, they are.
So we're going to slide this right out into this tray. And we're going to take a clump there, and
So this you throw away.
that can be thrown away.
Okay.
Yeah, that won't do anything. We're going to take some of these and just kind of separate it.
I love doing this. This is the kind of work that, like on a Sunday night, when you're thinking about the week ahead, this is like the perfect thing to go work someplace by yourself and nobody bothering you. So
Now there's
nice.
every time when you put a leaf down, you'll get a number of crowns. So you want to
Okay.
separate the individual crowns, get it down to a single crown. It's all right. Pull. That's pretty durable.
Cool. Oh yeah, here's one.
And here's a pot. And I would take one of those little devices if you want, or use your.
Use my fingers. Put it way down.
Yeah.
Now these leave the roots along like that?
If the bottom is a little too long, you can just
Yeah.
pinch a little bit of that off.
Okay.
Put it right in there,
So fun.
and it's all set to go.
Yeah. And you'll have flowers in how long?
These will probably be ready in just a few months.
So they really like little tiny confined spaces.
Yeah, it's better to bring them up in stages.
I see. And what about feed? Food.
They need to be food. They need to be fed. The three big mistakes I find in all the years of being in business is people tend to overpot, overwater, and underfeed. Most people ask me what's wrong with their plants, and I ask them they're not feeding, so that's a major thing.
So move into a smaller apartment. Yep. Right. Cut your hair.
Yeah.
And eat good food. That's a good thing. Well, thank you very much. We've learned a lot about African violet. Perfect. Thank you. I'm making chicken fricassee.